Well, guys, it all goes down to the final day of the season next week when Everton visits St James's Park. All we have to do is win the game. Just remain professional, go out there, do a job, and win the game. We lose at the Emirates by a 1-0. Declan Rice, fantastic shot, but it came from a mistake from Anthony Gordon. Took a really too much of a heavy touch, lost the ball. The rest is history. But very much a tale of two halves today, in my opinion. First half, I thought our passing was excellent. The way we controlled the ball, the chances we were creating was just what we wanted to see. We had Arsenal rattled a number of times, and if it wasn't for Rhea, we could have gone in at half-time at least a goal or two ahead. However, football has a funny way of punishing you, doesn't it, if you don't take your chances. And Arsenal certainly stepped it up second half. There's no doubt about that. We didn't really learn from what they did at Liverpool last week when they came back in the second half. They were always going to step it up, but we didn't match them for some reason. We sat back in the second half, let Arsenal control the ball. We didn't really lay a glove on them, and that's what disappointed me. Now, I've seen many different comments in our Matchday live show today saying, it was Arsenal, they're runners-up, we've gone against a great team, we've had injuries, but so did they. They were missing their two number one centre-halves for the full second half, and we didn't lay a glove on them. That's what disappointed me. I wanted to see a little bit more fight in that team in the second half. Do I think we're still going to qualify for the Champions League? Absolutely. I think we go out next Sunday and we give Everton a hiding, because A, we need to. B, the 3 points are there for the taking. I really do think we're a better team than Everton as it is. At St James's Park with a crowd behind us, I'm in no doubt that we'll get the job done. But so many times this season, we have come out for the second half and not turned up. And I just want to ask the question, why? We were certainly matching Arsenal. It was a brilliant first half of football. It was end-to-end, both teams going for it. And then for some strange reason, we don't have the same Newcastle United that came out for the first half. It was weird. And the some of the performances, guys, players are going to have to step up. There is a lot of talk about Anthony Gordon right now. I think he played his part in the first half, but second half, not for me. I don't know why when Asula came on that Anthony Gordon had to go through the middle and Asula came out to the right. It's bizarre. Anthony Gordon is a better winger on either side than Will Asula, and Will Asula will cause you more problems through the middle. But for whatever reason, I think Eddie Howe genuinely sees Will Asula as better as a right-sided forward. I don't know why. Maybe you can answer that in the comments below. But Newcastle United have got to just get the job done next week. We know that our squad is stretched. Eddie didn't have a lot of options on the bench to certainly change a game. You see the players coming on for Arsenal compared to us, and Lewis Miley came on, he did a decent job as well, very calm on the ball, but he's not that attacking prowess that's going to change a game. Asula, he caused problems. He did cause problems. He was really getting himself stuck in, and I think that's what we lacked in the second half, was that little bit of physicality. Arsenal just cruised through that second half without really worrying about anything. Yeah, Harvey Barnes had a chance which he put over the bar. But I'll tell you something, right? If we go back to 4-3-3 next week, I would still play Barnes and Gordon. Barnes and Murphy. I don't think Anthony Gordon has done enough for me since he's come back from injury to say, yeah, I'm ready to be step up to the first team again. I don't see it. I think if he goes to 4-3-3, it still has to be Barnes and Murphy. Despite really everybody falling down a hill in the second half, that's what I do. Yes, of course we miss Isak when he's on song, but he hasn't been with it for a couple of weeks. And, Billy thinks that he might have been rested today with everything hinging on Everton anyway, that he'll come back after a couple of weeks and be flying. Joe Linton is always going to be a massive miss. Kieran Trippier, those kind of experienced players we desperately need, but we haven't got them. But still, you've got experience on that pitch in the second half. We had a free kick. Fabian Schär takes it. Why on God's planet is Fabian Schär taking that free kick? He scores a wonder goal every now and again, but he's not a set piece taker. Surely Tonali is the man there that you want taking that free kick, whether it's a shot on goal or whether he tries to whip in across. You just know that Fabian Schär, it's going to go one way or the other, and most of the time it goes against us. It hits the wall, move's gone, it's dead. But focusing a little bit on the first half, that football that we played was absolutely brilliant. We were getting the ball, we were pushing Arsenal back, we were playing some lovely one-touch stuff, and it was lovely to watch. And that's the Newcastle United that we know that we can, the kind of football we can play. And it's getting to the stage now, where I'm sitting watching games thinking, I don't want the halftime whistle, let's just keep playing 90 minutes. Let's not stop this game. And let's keep going for 90 minutes, because so many times we come out and we're a different side in the second 45. Now, there was a little drop-off, I think, after about half an hour. Arsenal started to get their rhythm going and get back in the game a little bit more. But as I say, Raya made the best saves in the first half. Nick Pope made a brilliant one from Partey from around 2 yards out from a corner. But the rest of the time, fantastic saves. Absolutely fantastic. Take nothing away from Raya there. He was absolutely brilliant, despite a couple of really dodgy kickouts, which went straight to our players. But again, I guess, guys, it wouldn't be Newcastle United if it didn't go down to the final game. We always make it difficult for ourselves. We always give it that one last hill to climb. And, of course, we're doing that next week. Some people think Everton will be on the beach next week. I don't think they will. Not with Mr. Mackham, Jordan Pickford in goal. He won't let that team just sit on the beach. He will want to try and stop Newcastle reaching the Champions League. But it's still in our hands. That is the big thing. We're not relying on anybody else here, guys. It's still in our hands. And we've got one more hurdle to jump and get this season done and dusted, get into the Champions League, and then we build in the summer. And I'm sitting here still 100% confident that we are going to make the Champions League. I am still 100% confident we beat Everton next week and we give them a good beating. And we qualify for the Champions League in style. And this has been a wonderful season. But I'm not going to say everything's perfect, because I'd be lying. And watching this channel, you guys know that we are 100% honest and give you our evaluations in a very honest way of each and every game. It's not always flowers and sunshine. And that second half, for me, we've done that too many times this season. Far too many times. Where we are really matching each team stride for stride. And then we come out for the second half and we allow the opposition to start dictating play. We did it last week against Chelsea. And to be fair, if it wasn't for Nick Pope making some brilliant saves, that result could have been different as well. And we could have been really scratching at straws to get into that Champions League. I know it's water under the bridge and it didn't happen, but it does. You can see that we're just not. I don't know whether it's nerves or what. I don't know. Whether we get to a certain point in the game and we think, right, we've got to close the door now. But when we sit back and park the bus, we're nowhere near as effective as we normally are when we're passing it around like we were in the first half. Everything is free-flowing and it's great to watch and chances are created. But listen, it's all about next week now. This game's gone. It's done and dusted. We've lost. It's all about next week and getting the job done. And we have to go out there in a professional manner, get the job done and finish the season and rebuild in the summer, because it's going to be a very exciting summer. But I think a lot of Newcastle United fans are still 100% confident that we qualify, because, the games next Sunday, Fulham against Man City, not an easy game for Manchester City. I know they've got one in midweek against Bournemouth at home. You would expect Man City to win that game and leapfrog us again. But as for qualification, Man United take on Aston Villa. Man United, I don't know. But Forest play Chelsea, and that could go either way. So it's all hinging on the final day. It's exciting, don't get me wrong. It's very exciting, but if you're a fan of any team in this battle for Champions League, you really are sweating ass right now. It is unbelievable. But like I say, I don't think it would be Newcastle United if it wasn't going down to the final day of the season. I'm just disappointed with the second half. Very disappointed with the second half. But I believe in this team, I believe in the manager, and I believe we will get the Champions League and we will get the job done. Disappointing in the second half today. Brilliant in the first half. Some wonderful opportunities. But you can see that the squad is very threadbare with the options that Eddie had on the bench to try and maybe change the game in the second half. We don't have the quality that Arsenal did coming off the bench. It's as simple as that. But that'll all change in the summer. But hopefully we'll be in the Champions League, which will attract these big name players to come in. But the main talking point with a lot of fans is Anthony Gordon. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I've seen a lot of people really upset about Anthony Gordon's performance. That he's not really at it. I mean, some people say he doesn't look like he cares. I don't think I agree with that. I think he does care. It'll be frustrating for him that he can't get his form back. I'm not sure. But if we were to go 4-3-3 next week, it would be Barnes and Murphy for me. I've already said that. So let me know in the comments. Would you drop Gordon and keep going with Barnes and Murphy on a 4-3-3 and really get the job done against Everton? And then you've obviously got Gordon on the bench as an impact sub who can make a difference when he comes on. But, I just want to address the second half. We need to know what's been said in this dressing room at half times. Because I'm starting to not want the whistle for half time. Just keep playing the bloody game for me. Because it's like a different 11 comes out for Newcastle United, which is weird. But it's still in our hands, guys. It's still all there for us to take. We know we can do it. We want us to do it. We'll be roaring them on. And the lads, I am sure, will make us proud next Sunday and finish off the season in style. I'm pretty positive of it, but there you go. Thanks very much for watching the video, guys. If you have enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. It is free to do so. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload or a live show. And of course, visit our website, thetoonreview.com, for all your Toon Review merchandise. Something for yourself, something for a family member, or a gift to support your favourite YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you very soon. Take care.